Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. 3 tips to identify limiting beliefs. Hey guys, hope you all are well. So I get this question asked a lot because in a lot of my videos I do talk about the concept of limiting beliefs and I do talk about the concept of how to actually work on limiting beliefs. But I get this question a lot on, okay, Karan, but how do I actually identify what my limiting beliefs actually are? Because once we identify the limiting beliefs, gets easier to work on them. And a lot of times we are just working on things too generally, and that's great to work on things generally, but sometimes it's important to also look at the specificity of the thing because it allows us to work on it in a specific manner and allows us to actually capture the essence of what we truly want to work on. So an example of that would be, let's say I am someone who doesn't feel safe in relationships, or I am someone who doesn't trust my SP, right? And I am just saying I am safe, that's all. So that affirmation in itself is great because I can feel safe, but sometimes it's also important that I do focus on the specific equation, which is I don't see if I feel safe trusting and the SP's name. Now that doesn't necessarily mean, because I give a lot of my clients this affirmation that I feel safe in love, I feel safe in relationships, things like that. That doesn't necessarily mean that these affirmations don't work. You have to understand that for everyone at any given point of time in their journey, there are different things that we have to focus on. So, for someone whom I have provided a set of affirmations which are slightly general, it's because right now their focus should be slightly general. For someone where I go specific, it's because they are ready to take things specific and that will help them more. So, I'm going to be explaining the process to you so that you can understand it in a slightly more explained manner and you can go very specific with the way that you want to go for, but also don't demean the importance of general beliefs in the process. And at the end of it, I have a bonus tip which is especially important for people who are consistently finding new limiting beliefs. So you will love that, and let's just get into it. So the first way to identify your limiting beliefs is through your first instincts. Now, this is going to be an example based point. So I will give you a few examples, and this is something that you will be able to identify through your own journey and through your own trial and error method. So, how it usually goes is that anytime you have a first instinct about something, that usually tells you what you truly believe about that subject. So, for example, let's say I text someone and that person instantly doesn't text me back. And the first thing that my mind tells me is that, hey, oh, maybe he's ignoring you. Now that first instinct that I had was my true self concept that I had about that thing. Now, that doesn't mean that I cannot change it, because after I got to know about it, what I would do is I will change it. I will say that, okay, no, probably that's not true. Maybe he's actually busy, or maybe she's actually busy, whatever it is. So I can actually change it moving forward. But the first instinct will actually be a very good indication of what my true limitations are, what my true self concept is. I had this client, she texted this guy the other day for some reason, and they were in contact, and this guy did not respond back to her, and her first instinct was, oh, maybe when we went out I ordered that drink and maybe he did not like that, and that's the reason that he is not reaching out to me. Now that was not true at all, and he reached out to her like 2 hours later. He was busy, occupied somewhere. But do you see how that first instinct taught her that, oh, this is what I truly believe about myself? I believe that people keep judging me for anything, like for ordering something or for my choices. And this was because in her previous relationships, she was always demeaned for her choices, and she was always the point of attention of being overcritical. So the boyfriend in that situation was very overcritical on her, and she always felt that people are judging her for her choices. So the first instincts about these things are very good indications of what you can work on. And of course, you change those first instincts after you get them, but here you can actually use them to observe what you truly believe about a subject. The second thing which is actually a good indication to understand what your limiting belief about that situation is to ask yourself this question. And this question can be slightly thought provoking. So if you are asking yourself this question, the answer might not come instantly. It might take some time. It might take a few hours. It might take a few days. So that's totally fine if it is taking time. The question to ask yourself is, if this thing were to come tomorrow, what would I not feel safe with? Or what part of me will not actually, like, what would I not feel safe with? The answer to this will actually surprise a lot of you, because a lot of times we are asking for something but we are not truly happy and we don't truly want to receive it. I had a session recently, and I like to give a lot of examples because I feel that people connect to examples more. So I had a session recently. That girl wanted to be with her SP, but in the past he was someone who had been back and forth with her. And even though she wanted to be with the SP, there was this question that I asked her, that okay, let's say you do get together tomorrow, what is your biggest fear? She said that he will ghost me again. Now, do you get the point? The fear here is that she has limitations in two areas here. The first limitation is in the area that, okay, in my mind, the way that I characterize the SP is that he's someone who ghosts me. He's someone who's unreliable. He's someone who cannot be trusted. The second belief is that I am someone who's not treated with respect and I get hot and cold movement. So this is very important to understand, that a lot of times we are asking for something but we are truly not ready to receive it, because receiving it would mean giving up something else, and giving up something might mean giving up a belief. So a lot of times people, another example of this would be that there was this client wanted to manifest money and was not able to actually shift jobs. And I asked him this question, that okay, let's say you do shift jobs and let's say tomorrow they make you the CEO of the company. You get a lot of money, you just are abundant with it. What is the biggest issue that comes up? He said that, oh, I fear that my relatives will judge me because they are not wealthy. That's where we caught it. That okay, I'm afraid that my relatives will judge me if I get a lot of money, because I have connected having a lot of wealth with people judging me, or having a lot of wealth with people hating on me. And uh, in my mind, my relatives are someone like my relatives are people who will judge me if I get money. So do you see how the connection is made here? But that connection in itself is not true, because that connection is based on a limitation that I have unconsciously developed when I was younger. And that unconscious development of that connection is still running in my life right now and stopping me from gaining the success that I can gain. The third thing would be that, what a question to ask yourself again: what part of me doesn't want me to get this? Now, this is where I will also go back to one video that I made before about forgiveness. I will link that down below. But a lot of times what happens is that we are in a situation where we want something, but in the past that exact thing has hurt me before. So it can be a particular job, maybe I was rejected from that job before. It can be a particular company that I want to work on and work for, but they have rejected me before. It can be a specific person who maybe did not give me the love that I wanted, or ghost me, and things like that happened. And I am someone who wants that person or wants that situation back. But there is a younger version of me. And when I say a younger version of me, it doesn't really have to be a kid version of you. It can be you 2 days back. That's still you 2 days back. That's still a younger version of you. So there is a younger version of me who still hasn't let that go, who still doesn't really want me to get this thing, because that part of me has developed resentment and hate against that thing, because it hurt that part of me in the past. And that's why I'm getting into a situation where I'm running away from that. So for example, let's say I want to manifest my person, but in the past she did not like my life choices, or she made fun of me in front of her friends, whatever it is. And now, even though I want to manifest her, that part of me still hates her, and that part of me is looking for justice. That, oh, why did she do that, and why did that happen to me, and she has not apologized for that. And it's okay to ask for an apology and to let that part of you go, even without getting the apology. But this is something which can actually tell you what are the parts of you that you are limiting just because you're wanting a particular thing. Because there is a part of you that you are limiting somewhere inside of you, which is not allowing you to get the full thing, because you are restricting that part of you from you getting the full thing in the first place. So it's important to ask yourself these questions, and these tips and tricks usually help. But coming to the bonus tip, even though I will say 80% of the times there are things that you should be working on why you should go after what you should go after, but it's also not a good habit to consistently keep looking for limiting beliefs for you to work on. Because what will happen is that then it becomes a cycle where you believing that I have a limiting belief is the biggest limiting belief of all. So if you are someone who believes that I have worked on all these things and I do believe that I'm ready for my manifestation and it's not here yet, then there is a probability that it's just not here yet. That doesn't mean it won't come. It just means that it hasn't come yet. It can still come, and it probably will very, very soon. So it's important to understand that, and it's important to understand that I shouldn't keep getting into a zone where I'm finding something wrong with me, because even if I have these limitations, I can still get what I want. The problem comes so that I can maintain it. And the problem comes when I am doing the work and still not receiving it. So that is where these small niggles can help. So please try these activities, try these questions, and I am pretty positive that you will get the results from this and you will be able to identify some of your beliefs that are holding you back. I will see you guys in the next video. Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions and I will see you guys in the next one.